I'm here with Sebastian of Katatonia to talk about their upcoming new record, Nightmares as Extensions of the Walking State. I actually had to read that so I would make sure I wouldn't miss anything. Out June 6th on Napalm Records. First of all, thank you very much for joining me today to talk about the band and to talk about the record. And let's get right into it. First of all, before we talk about the record, let's talk about you joining the band a little bit. How was that process for you?
I mean, it was just kind of, it all fell, it all was quite random. But Jonas essentially asked me if I wanted to come and try, and did some shows during last summer, and it just continued. We felt quite early on, you feel quite early on that if you can click as guys or as whatever, as friends. So, I mean, the process was just learn the songs and just hang out, kind of. So it was
Having
fairly easy in that sense, except some of the some of the solos or whatever. Yeah, not so easy. But yeah, I mean, no, it's all been good, so to speak.
having played with the band for those shows, did that help the transition into becoming a member and understanding a little bit more of what the vision for the band is going forward?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like that you kind of have to do that either way. It kind of, at least in my opinion, like before you would be ever to become, it would be great to see if they are up for the task, if they can, so they don't shit their bricks when they are on stage or whatever. But the stress test the person, so to speak. So yeah, I mean. Then I get to feel the vibes, how it is not only with the guys in the band, but also how it is as a team with the crew and stuff like this. So it is the more the package as when we're out and stuff like that.
So now it comes the time to make a new record. When you look at the way the album started to take shape, and you look at your impact on the record, what was your biggest contribution, you would say, for this album?
Well, really, it wasn't that much except for being recording on it because, at the point where I started to try out for the band, it was already under writing, so to speak. So Jonas showed me some of the stuff, and the more time went on, and then when it comes to the point when I have to learn to record it, then you obviously get more dwelled into it and came up with some bits in here and there while you are in the studio, but the everything was written already.
Was this, from your point of view, in when you look at all the albums that you have worked on, how does this one measure up? Was it more challenging, less challenging, more fun, less fun? How do you view the making of this record?
I mean, it was very. Uh, I enjoyed working with. We had this guy Lawrence, who was with us during the whole recording process. So he was great to work with. I believe. I think that he was a guy that could keep us working at the same time having fun. So I mean, it was a big learning experience for me because the other guitarist, for example, Nico, is so very different than his playing style is so much more loose and much more uh, like he slides into everything. And I don't know how to describe it, but uh, I I learn a lot, and you learn a lot when you're around great musicians. So and mostly what I've been used to is that you sit and record your own bits by at your own place. So now we met up and it doing the the old school way kind of. So I appreciate that.
Is that a more rewarding process? Because you get to kind of exchange ideas on the spot and you don't feel perhaps as isolated.
Yeah, I mean it's more controlled as well. You can if you are doing it together, it's also you're in the moment. You're there, kind of. You're in the zone, so to speak. Because if you're at home or whatever and you're on your own, it's hard to get into that zone, in my opinion. Or it's if you're in it's more I don't know how to exactly describe it more than the zone, so to speak. You're there. It's easier to get in the zone while you are with everyone and you are doing this.
When you look at the previous record, Sky Void Stars, and you look at this album, is there some connection between the two, or does this album offer more than a connection, offers growth from what the previous album sounded like, in your opinion?
I think that in the terms of the sound, it's way different, in my opinion. That's maybe more because of another guy who's mixing. I think both of them are obviously super pros. You have um, also the songs written differently. You have this album, the more I think you have a feeling that the songs are like a more thing that you listen to the whole thing. While my view of Skyward of Stars is that it's a lot of, hit songs, kind of, in my opinion, which I mean, I think is great. It's not a negative thing, but it's like I see it's different, is what I'm trying to say.
One more like a compilation, the other one more like a full-length record.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Now, for those that haven't heard the album yet and they've just checked out the singles, do the singles paint a complete picture of what this album is going to be all about, or there's still a lot to be discovered once you play that record from start to finish?
No, I don't think that they at all. It's like I said, the album is one big thing, in my opinion, kind of. It's like you have a lot of other stuff too. These two are not at all describing the whole record. You have stuff that is one song that is completely kind of synth only, which is a song that I really like. And more, you have songs that are more darker and more harder. And then you have these kind of even more softer songs as well. So it's like it doesn't describe it. No.
Is the album's dynamic and diversity, if you will, perhaps its biggest strength in your mind?
I mean, I like that. I really do like that. It's as a personal opinion is that um, compared to if you have one formula that you just kind of polish and every song is the same, just hitting dot dot dot. Dot. Katatonia is it's so wide of the sounds that is Katatonia. So I think that is great to be able to do an album that has this dynamic because then you can it doesn't what do you say it's if you like to write different things, I think you should write different things.
You mentioned earlier the challenges of learning some parts, some pieces, some songs. Before I ask you about that, I want to relate that question to this record. When you look at the songs on this album, which one do you find it to be the most challenging for you?
I don't know if it is a particular song or anything like that, but it is just the fact that it's like in the studio, it's always kind of like you just go, you just do your thing. After a while, when you sit there and just recording, all of a sudden you don't know how to play guitar because your head starts to fuck with you. Uh, so like, yeah, I had some moments where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is the easiest, uh, 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 but I don't know how to do it because I'm fried up, kind of. But then after a while, it's just like, you know.
Comes
So I mean, in the sense of like it's way more dynamic, this band. So obviously these things I try as far as all the other stuff that I have played with. The Katatonia brings more of a adds this thing between, so to speak, between the clean and the distortion or whatever you would say. The more crunchiness that I have not been used to. So it's not that difficult. It's just that it's opening my eyes to these sounds and to this way of playing. So
when you look at Jonah's performance on this record from a vocal standpoint, did it does it amaze you when you're looking at what he can deliver vocally to add to that overall ambiance of what Catatonia's sound and experience is all about?
yeah, I think he is one of the best in the game. I think that he has a such a great ID in his vocals, and he's great with melodies, and I just can't understand where he finds all of these things that he does. So he's a truly remarkable vocalist. Yeah.
Is a future record one where you hope to be a little bit more part of the creative process, considering that when you came into this one, like you said, most of the album was already pretty much done.
Yes, I mean, I would absolutely love to do some stuff. I I would appreciate to write some things, and I think that it could be the case if I bring something to the table that is good enough to be looked at, then I don't see that it would be a problem, so to speak. Just that
Are
I
you,
need to bring it out. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
yeah, so you're not taking the approach of I'll just show up and play what you guys ask me to play. I want to, if I have some ideas and if I work on some ideas, you want to bring them to the table and contribute.
Yes, absolutely. If I bring something that is worthy of looking into, then I will absolutely. The best feeling is if when you write something that you like and that you want to show, and maybe we could do something about that. That is the best feeling. So for sure, but it has to be good enough as well, you know. So I definitely know that it's not. I'm not going to what do you say? Take for granted that whatever I do must be on the record because now I'm a part of Katatonia, whatever. It's not the way I see it. I see it that I should uh, honor honor this with try my best, and if I can contribute to that, then it would make me happy.
You mentioned Nico earlier and how different he is of a guitar player. Do the differences that you guys have end up complementing one another?
I mean, yes, I think so. I think so in the end. I mean, we have played for a little while now together, and I think the more that we do it, the more that we can um, learn from each other. It's more me learning from him, but I think that he you kind of have to when you are so different, you kind of have to meet in the middle, especially on those parts when you play the same stuff, kind of, so you don't so you flow together instead of just like I'm doing my thing and you're doing your thing. I mean, that works also. You see plenty of bands doing that, just two super egos on both parts doing their thing. But I'm not for that. I think that you should absolutely do your thing. But you know, when you're in the band setting, it's a band setting.
What do you think are your biggest strengths as a guitar player that made you the perfect choice for this role?
I have no clue, man. The
I
it's
appreciate the
not the
honesty.
yeah, yeah, but I mean the thing is like I'm telling that to the other guys as well because I'm surrounded by now by great musicians, and the ones before me was also great musicians, and I'm not seeing myself on that level that I would bring anything new to the table in terms of my playing. I write stuff that is maybe could be something, you know. But in terms of playing style, I'm not a shredder at all. And then I've never done that. So now I'm trying to learn those things, which is, you know, which is a bit of a fun thing in the end. But I think that maybe my style is has been coming from more from my side of, you know, I have a band called Letters from the Colony, and we do some, you know, Meshuggah kind of style. So maybe that is going to maybe have some impact later on when I start to write stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't do just that thing. I would do it in a Katatonia setting, but maybe the rhythm style is something that, yeah, I don't know. I think that I think what is good for Katatonia bringing me in is maybe more what's happening outside of uh, playing, and very much a team player. And I think it's very important that the team is a team and not just and that everyone is doing it together and stuff like that. As long obviously that doesn't work all the time, but to keep trying to do that and not to forget about it.
Being in a team setting like Catatonia, does that also help your progression as a guitar player? Like you develop more when you're surrounded by guys that are really good at what they do, versus perhaps just really working hard on your own?
Absolutely. You know, I haven't, the thing is that I haven't learned really by, I taught myself and, you know, all of these things. Obviously, you have the internet now, but when you are with someone and you see what they do, and like it's obviously different than when you're sitting with YouTube or whatever, if you want to learn how to play. And also, if you turn off your ego and being around great musicians or whatever it may be in life, if you just turn off your ego and see this as an opportunity to learn, you have only to win in that. I mean, I would be stupid to sit on my end and being like, yeah, man, fuck these guys, but we're playing the same band. You know, it's just a great opportunity.
In the music industry, is it difficult for people to turn off their ego? Because I feel like everybody's turning it all the way to 11.
I mean, yes, I think that, you know, the balance there is obviously very hard. And everyone is so different, and in the music industry, it's also if you're gonna, I kind of get to the feeling that if you are on a level where um, you play out live for and doing tours and stuff like that, to be on, you have to be in a certain way to get to that point. It's not easy to just be normal, whatever. And it's I think that you must have. I mean, I also have an ego, obviously. I think that you need to have it, but you need to be able to then turn it off, so to speak. If you're not going to be in a band on a level where you can all have separate tour buses or whatever, you need to be able to be spending time together. So uh, I think that yeah, I think for sure there are lots of people struggling with that. Yeah.
You mentioned tour buses. You guys are going to have an extensive European tour with Evergrey, another great band from Sweden with a lot of great guitar players as well. I feel like you guys could all do a clinic during that tour. Are you excited about embarking on such a long road trip with another great band like Evergrey?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, definitely. I mean, it's going to be great to also have a great band with us for the whole run. I think that is it's going to be great for us to have a longer run with this new lineup. We have done a little bit like we did last year. We did like 2 weeks or something where we were UK and then we went over to South America and played. And obviously we need everything now to build on the team and together with crew and for trying to build up a show that trying to progress that part of the whole thing, the live performance. So, and obviously, I think everyone seems to be excited that Evergrey is going to follow us, and everyone talks about that it is a great matchup. So that is only good.
It is a great matchup, but I'm in North America, so my question is, will you guys bring this Swedish invasion to our shores? Because it's been a while since Katatonia played in North America. Obviously, now you got a new album, new lineup. You guys got this massive European tour, teasing everybody else around the world with it. So the next logical step will be North America. Is that in the cards?
I mean, and that's above my head, but I'm thinking the same as you. Talking with the boys about North America is that the Catatonia likes America a lot, to be in America and to tour in America, and you obviously hear different from band to band or whatever, wherever you go. Well, how do you like it over there? Oh, I like this. Da, 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 da. But the guys in the band are excited about America, and I'm excited to go to America with Catatonia. I'm also just waiting when, and I'm looking forward to hear about when, and I'm just excited to come over and play.
In the meanwhile, you got that European tour to look forward to, so something in the horizon, and obviously the album comes out June 6th. Just one last question for you, and I saved this for last because I didn't know if I was going to ask you this or not about the title of the record. But where did the inspiration for the title of the record came from? Because I feel like it's such a philosophical title, way more than Sky Void of Stars.
I mean, in the beginning of this video, I was about to stop you and to slap you on your wrist, but you went into the first question right away. But you said nightmares as extensions of the walking state.
Isn't it?
No, waking.
Waking. Listen, English is
Yes.
my second language.
Hey, man, what do you think it is for me?
But listen, I use that excuse all the time when I mispronounce something or I mistype something. So yeah, English is I'm Portuguese, so English is my second language. Okay,
Okay, but no, I think
waking state.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's a tongue twister. Whenever every time I try to say it, I have a problem. It's a long title. I think that I think it's up for the what do you call it? It's up for everyone to interpret that in their own way. I have no in terms of lyrically and you know everything that is words. It's not my bit. It's not my part. It's never been my part for myself. I've said it to others before that, but it's like when I listened to a song when I was a kid. I don't remember which song it was, but it has been stuck in my mind that, and I looked at the lyrics. I hated the song after that. I loved the song, but the lyrics just fucked it all up for me. So after that, that like traumatized me or whatever you would say. And I never look. I just I see it as an instrument. So I never got deep into meanings and stuff like that. I'm more like just kind of like, how does this make me feel? This sound.
I'll tell you one thing.
So
Now that you corrected me, the title makes a lot more sense.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like walking state, what the fuck? Like what does nightmares have to do with walking? Okay, waking state. Now that makes a lot more sense. Man, not only English is my second language, my dyslexia really came through on this one. So
yeah,
I appreciate the correction because now everything is a lot clearer for me.
perfect. I do appreciate being a a language police in another language.
Listen, we have to look after one another.
Yeah,
We just got to keep each other honest, and that's the best thing to do. Man, wow, that you have to admit it is a long title. So like,
yeah.
there's
Told
always
you.
room for a mistake to be made. Not as long as the new single from Volbeat. That one takes the cake as far as long songs. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No,
I
I
don't
haven't.
It's like a whole paragraph. The name of the song is a paragraph. Like I don't know, it has like 20 words in it or some shit like that.
Oh my God.
So I don't even
Okay.
know how would you remember the name of the song if you were like playing it live. And now we're gonna play this song, and how do you even gonna remember the title of the track? It's so long. So the title of the album is not as long, but now it totally makes sense to me. So Sebastian, thank you very much not only for your time, but for your honesty and for clearing up my mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime. And next time you owe me for that.
Yeah.
So
I
next
do, I
time
do.
you
So when you come to when you come to North America, you name the price. I'll be there in Toronto, and I'll make sure I'll pay up my dues for this blunder of mine.
Yes, that sounds great, mister.
All right, man. We have a deal. Take care, man.
You too, man. Take care.
Bye.